On to the other big story that we are tracking. Afghanistan Foreign Minister Amir Muttaqi met India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar at Hyderabad House in New Delhi. The External Affairs Minister warmly welcomed Muttaqi and announced that India's technical mission in Kabul would now be upgraded to the status of an Indian embassy. He emphasized India's strong commitment to Afghanistan's sovereignty, territorial integrity and independence.
Is fully committed to the sovereignty, territorial integrity and independence of Afghanistan. Closer cooperation between us contributes to your national development as well as regional stability and resilience. To enhance that, I am pleased to announce today the upgrading of India's technical mission in Kabul to the status of Embassy of India.
The Foreign Minister of Afghanistan stated that India and Afghanistan should increase their mutual contact and exchanges.
I am happy today that I'm here in Delhi, and this visit will increase or strengthen the understanding between both countries and open a new chapter between these relations. We hope that Afghanistan and India, on an official level and in different areas, increase their engagements and exchanges. We hope that through talks and dialogue we can increase the level of understanding between us. We always sought good relations with India. We will not allow any group to threaten anyone else or use the territory of Afghanistan against others.
And now correspondent Amritpal Singh, who's tracking the story closely, is joining us. It's a groundbreaking first visit, Amrit, of the Taliban Foreign Minister of Afghanistan to India. Also a crucial moment as far as India's foreign policy is concerned. How major a strategic alignment is this one from the Indian perspective?
Well, this marks a major shift in India's, strategic alignment with Afghanistan. As the External Affairs Minister announced today, the upgradation of the technical mission in Kabul to the status of the Indian embassy in Kabul. That means if you establish an embassy in another country, you are effectively renewing diplomatic ties with that country. Though they have not said that in as many words, because the government of India still does not recognize Taliban as the legitimate government of Afghanistan after its takeover in 2021. The mission was shut down, then later what was called as a technical mission or a technical team was deputed there for developmental assistance and humanitarian aid. But now the very fact that the Indian External Affairs Minister hosts the Afghan Foreign Minister after he receives a UN Security Council waiver to travel to India at the Hyderabad House where heads of states and heads of government are hosted, it's a de facto recognition of the Taliban as the legitimate government. I again reiterate that the government of India has not said that in as many words, but it's the very fact that you're upgrading diplomatic ties means that you are in effect de facto recognizing that Taliban is here to stay. Unlike when they came into power in 1996 to 2001, when the government, the GOI or the government of India refused to engage with the Taliban. This has been based on Taliban's track record of not allowing Afghan territory to be used against India, and India continuously providing humanitarian assistance, tons of wheat during the last month's earthquake, being the first responder, reacting with material. Within hours, the earthquake struck them, and now the promise of more assistance. So it is a strategic realignment which is based in, upgrading ties steeped in humanitarian aid, developmental assistance, and regional security, Manman.
Also, Amrit, Dr. Jaishankar spoke of the shared threat of terrorism that both countries face, how the regime in Kabul stood in solidarity with India after the Pahalgam terror attack, and how India is fully committed to what he called sovereignty, territorial integrity and independence of Afghanistan. Was this an indirect reference to Pakistan when it comes to terrorism and sovereignty concerns around the control and use of the Bagram air base, and how would Pakistan be viewing this visit?
Okay, you've asked two questions. Is it a veiled reference to Pakistan? Of course it is. even as Maulvi Amir Khan Muttaqi was traveling to India, Pakistan bombs Kabul. Apparently to attack TTP leaders hiding in Kabul. We have seen a deterioration of ties between Afghanistan and Pakistan. The Taliban, which came into power in 2021, though educated in the madrasas of Pakistan, is no longer controlled by the Pakistani generals or the Pakistani military. So there is a clear shift. India realizes that, Afghanistan has been used. Pakistan has been bombarding Afghanistan, the bordering areas, citing terror attacks, etc., on its military. But the fact remains that attacks emanate into Afghanistan from Pakistan. India suffers from the same malaise, the latest being Op Sindoor, preceded by Pahalgam. So clearly, when the External Affairs Minister tells the visiting Foreign Minister of Afghanistan that, we've got shared concerns on terrorism, and he surely is referring to the terror factory which operates out of Pakistan, and asking for closer cooperation between Afghanistan and India. What India requires from Afghanistan really is to not allow its land to be used for terrorist activities or anti-India activities, especially in the valley. As in the past, we've seen Afghans come and fight when foreign nationals were found fighting in the valley, or even the Pakistani terrorists being trained in the plains of Afghanistan. So this no longer has been the trend. So clearly the foreign ministers, the external affairs ministers' reference was to there, to Pakistan. If you look at Muttaqi's statement, Muttaqi, in not as many words, but alludes to closer cooperation on terrorism and says that we share your concerns. In fact, External Affairs Minister noted that, after Pahalgam, when Muttaqi had called Dr. Jaishankar, he says your call and your sensitivity towards our concerns on terror and especially on cross-border terror are noteworthy. As far as the Bagram Air Base is concerned, well, we saw this week itself when Minister Muttaqi had traveled to Moscow. India was part of the handful of countries which said that foreign interference should not be there because that's a threat to regional stability, clearly referring to or opposing the Americans' interest or Donald Trump's statement that he wants to regain control of the Bagram Air Base. So clearly, India does not want the Americans once again back in Afghanistan because repeated attempts by the Americans have shown that it's led to regional instability than to any kind of regional security. Munmun?
We leave it at that. Amritpal Singh reporting on the visit of the Afghan foreign minister.